The weather in the evening turned out to be quite cold due to the rains. So for dinner, I thought I would make chicken soup and buy homemade croutons. So let's make them. First, I will take oil in a pressure cooker, about a tablespoon of oil, any oil will do. Then I'll add a bay leaf into it. Bay leaf is tej patta. Let it remain in the oil for some time. In the meantime, I will take about an inch of ginger and put it into a mortar and pestle and roughly grind it. It does not have to be a fine paste, just roughly it is to be ground. I'll add half of it into the pressure cooker and I'll leave half of it for later use. So here it is done. I'm taking half of it. Can you see it's not perfectly ground? This I will put it into the pressure cooker and stir it. After this, I will add some chicken pieces. Now these are the pieces with bones. 4 or 5 pieces. I think I have taken 5 to 6 pieces, sorry. You can keep this separately whenever you bring chicken at home. Keep a few pieces separately with the bones. You can use it to make this chicken soup. It is just amazing. You just give it a try once. So here I have added those chicken with bones in it and fried it. There will be many pieces sticking at the bottom of the cooker, but you need not worry about it. Fry them very well till brown. Once it is completely fried, you add 1 liter of water. If your pressure cooker is bigger, you can add even 1.5 liters of water. And then add a teaspoon of salt. You can adjust the salt later. I've added a teaspoon and I didn't have to add any more in the end. Stir it once again and then I'm going to cover this pressure cooker and I'm going to keep the flame on high. Once the pressure builds up inside to full pressure, that is when the whistle is about to just come off. That is the time when you lower the flame to its lowest and keep it for 10 minutes. After that, you let it cool completely and then you remove the lid. It is still hot, though it is not boiling at this point. Now very carefully you remove all the chicken pieces. You can even strain it out. Though I have not used a strainer here. I've removed all of them into another container. It is still hot, so you have to be careful. Here I have removed everything into this bowl. Just 5 to 6 chicken pieces. And then I get on to the vegetable part again. I'll turn on the flame, put the cooker on top of the flame, and then any kind of vegetables that you have at home, anything. I've used carrot, beans, onion, corn, green peas, and the half of the ginger that I had ground in the beginning, and a little bit of garlic. That is all. If you have some more vegetables, you're free to add them. Capsicum, cabbages, whatever. You could even add cauliflower, broccoli, tomatoes. I added this many because this is all I have right now in the fridge. Everything goes into the cooker and then I add some freshly ground pepper. You can even use the pepper powder. Now I'm going to stir it once and then cover it lightly with a lid. And I'm going to keep it for about 10 minutes on a medium flame. In the meantime, when this is cooking, I'm going to shred all the chicken from its bone. chicken is cooked completely, you just need to remove it from the bones. You can use a fork if you don't want to do with your hands, but I prefer to use my hands in this case. I've got this much of chicken. I'll add this into the boiling soup. Don't add the bones into it, only the chicken portion will go into this soup. I've added all the chicken pieces, and now what I'm going to do is I'll make a slurry just to thicken this soup. I'll take a tablespoon of corn flour in a small bowl, add a little cold water. Here you need to add cold water, not hot water. So with little cold water, I'm going to make a slurry. See that the corn flour dissolves completely. There should be no lumps. Now when the slurry is made, you keep it aside for some time because I need to do something with the soup before I put the slurry in it. So now I'm going to take an egg and just crack the egg into the soup and quickly stir it. The egg will completely mix into this soup, just like scrambled eggs. It's still bubbling. It's bubbling hot, in fact. Now you add the slurry. I've added the slurry to thicken the soup. So this is our chicken soup. You can check the salt. If required, you add a little more. Give it a boil once again. And your chicken soup with vegetables is ready. Now let's go on to make the croutons. Here I have taken 4 slices of bread and cut it into small pieces. Any size, shape will do. There is no hard and fast rule for this. Triangles, squares, rectangles, anything will do. And now when this is done, what I'm going to do is I'll take a karai, heat it without the oil. And into this karai, I will add the bread pieces that I have just cut. And then start to just toast it. The main reason for doing this is I want it to be completely dehydrated. That is, I want the water to be removed from these bread pieces. You can do it separately in a tawa as well. But I thought of doing it in a karai to save some time, because after this I will be adding oil to it. So once I see that the bread has become a little crispier, I still need to do them. They are to be toasted well. You keep flipping these pieces at times. And then I'm going to drizzle some oil into it. This is refined oil that I'm using, sunflower refined oil. This is my way of making the croutons. There is another way in which you deep fry these bread pieces. That is the actual process, in fact. But I prefer to do this way because in this you need very less oil. So here the croutons are ready. The crunchy croutons, complete to be served with our chicken soup. You can also serve this soup with the momos or with the thukpa. That is basically the noodles, boiled noodles. But here I'm serving it with my homemade croutons. So here it is all ready. A warm, healthy and hearty dinner. Please do like, comment and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.